Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Tyler here from Biked Goods. Today we're going to be making a classic do-it-yourself muesli mix. Don't mind the open cupboards behind me here. We're going through some kitchen renovations, but if you want to take a quick sneak preview into my cupboard and pantry setup, I'll give you a few seconds to check that out. All jokes aside, muesli. Muesli is a combination of raw grains, usually rolled oats, nuts and seeds, dried fruits, and then sometimes a seasoning like a cinnamon, sea salt, or other way to flavor your muesli. I've been on the muesli bandwagon for a while now to help fuel my endurance and cycling efforts, and just it's a part of my diet ever since I really discovered it watching Free Solo and Alex Honnold. He ate a big bowl of muesli before he climbed Half Dome out in Yosemite. But anyways, there's a few reasons I love muesli. If you think about the ingredients that are included in muesli, when it comes to the grains, you get your complex carbs. When it comes to the nuts and the seeds, you get plant-based protein, as well as healthy fats. And then the dried fruits, you get a little bit more carbs, and it just helps sweeten up your muesli. And then why I also love muesli is just there's so many ways that you can use it. You can eat it like overnight oats and soak it in milk overnight. You can heat it up over the stovetop and make it like a hot warm oatmeal or porridge. You can also throw it in the oven. And then my favorite, you incorporate it into baked goods. So muffins, cookies, pancakes. There's just so many ways you can use it into baked good form that you can go and take out on rides with you. So when it comes to making muesli, we're gonna need a few things here. Some measuring cups, a big old mixing bowl, and then a glass kind of jar, airtight container that you can use to store your muesli when you're done making it. And you may be asking like, Tyler, I might have all these ingredients in my house. What's the point of doing this? And it really comes down to convenience factor. Once you make a bulk bin of muesli, you store it in a glass like this, it's just more convenient. You have it there, it's in front of you, put it on your kitchen shelf, in your pantry behind you, and once you see it, you're just gonna use it more. And then it's easy to throw together an overnight, or it's easier to, when you're about to make muffins, just take a quick scoop out, put it in your mix, and boom, there you have your snacks. So, when it comes to making your muesli now, there's something that I like to do, or what I call is the ultimate muesli formula. And this is just something that I use to whip up an easy batch of muesli. And what that formula is to make your muesli is 4 parts grains, 1 part nuts and seeds, 1 part dried fruit, and then the optional seasoning like I mentioned. So that's just something that, it's easy to remember. You get a good optimal ratio from chewy from the grains to the crunchy and the sweetness of the nuts and seeds and the dried fruits. And then say you just want to make a smaller batch, it's 1 cup grains, 1/4 cup nuts and seeds, 1/4 cup dried fruit. So just super simple and easy to remember. So like I mentioned, we're making a classic muesli mix here. This is the way that you kind of see it, how the Swiss made it way back in the day. But what we have here is 4 cups grains. So it's 3 cups of rolled oats. And then I also put in a 1/2 cup of buckwheat and a 1/2 cup of sorghum. And what I do sometimes with the buckwheat and the sorghum is I put them in a grain grinder just to break them up a little bit, to get them a little bit more like a cereal-like texture, but not to a fine texture, so there's still some like chewy elements in there. Sorghum and buckwheat can usually be found in your local natural grocery stores. Otherwise, Bob's Red Mill makes a lot of great at these grains, and it just provides a nice contrast to the rolled oats. If you don't have access to sorghum or buckwheat, you can add more rolled oats or quinoa flakes, makes another good alternative there. So moving on to the nuts and seeds part. So what we have here is a cup of nuts and seeds, a 1/4 cup of pepitas, a 1/2 cup of sunflower seeds, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and then 2 tablespoons of hemp seed. You'll see flaxseed a lot in muesli, and you can certainly use that. It really comes down to what you like from a taste and texture perspective, but also hemp seed and chia seed usually has a little bit more protein in it, whereas flaxseed is more on the fat side of things and fiber. And then lastly, dried fruit, my favorite, classic raisins, half cup, and then a half cup underneath here of unsweetened shredded coconut. So there you have it, pretty simple. Throw it together in a big old bowl. Nuts and seeds, dried fruits. See what we have there, look at that. Just give it a nice toss. Sometimes if I'm short on time, I'll just put it all in here and try to mix it up, but usually with the bowl, it's a little easier to mix it together before you put it in here. But there you have it, super simple, classic, do-it-yourself muesli mix. Once you get this going, get your overnight oats going, start making some muffins. Once you do get a good handle on making your own muesli and getting all the ingredients that you require, like I said, it's just super simple to put together. So I do, like I mentioned, have a pantry checklist that includes some of my favorite brands for the different ingredients that you'll need for muesli, along with a bunch of other recipes on the Baking Bikers Club, along with the Bike Goods blog. So there you have it. Open up your world to a whole new variety of snacks, meals, whatever it is. So enjoy. Reach out if you have any questions and get your mixing bowls ready.